How do you reward a dirty answer? Sometimes, if you ask someone a question and then their response to you is really in an arrogant way, or it's not what you expected, their tone of voice is just not what you were hoping to come back to you. How do you react to something like that? You really want to think about the way that you're going to react to something, because the way that you react to something, it tells the type of person you are. It tells what you're made of. So yes, it can kind of bring you that satisfaction because that person was rude to you, and it obviously didn't call for them to be rude to you. You did nothing wrong. But also it tells a lot about your character. What can a dirty response bring to you? I think that it's just going to bring you a sense of satisfaction, but it's obviously not going to make you the bigger person in the room. And that's something you really need to think about, because we don't want to respond to anger, we don't want to respond to arrogance in the same way. We want to always spread kindness. It's very important to spread kindness, and I feel like these days that a lot of people don't think about spreading kindness, just because if you throw a brick at me, I am gonna throw one back at you. Like, that's the type of attitude. But at the end of the day, it doesn't get us anywhere, and it's something that we really need to think about. You feel better, because you don't want to sometimes walk away. You don't want to walk away from someone or walk away from a fight. You know what I mean? Like, because that person did you wrong. They had no right to answer you in such a way, and it can be, something at work. It could be something personal, like a family member or someone in a store. You just ask a simple question, and their response is just very rude, and it could also be like, they're having a bad day, but it also has nothing to do with you. So how do you really treat something like that? Responding to a dirty answer does not make you the bigger person. What actually makes you the bigger person is you killing them with kindness. Now, I know that some of you have heard that term, especially in a work environment where we have all sorts of different personalities to deal with, and also in your everyday life as well. It's very important to react to something like that with just kindness, and also to not let your anger get the best of you. And it can be very hard at times, especially if you're, I guess, in a great mood, and like that person just, I guess, they kind of ticked you off. Never let that person who gave you a bad answer, a rude answer, someone who is just, not in the best frame of mind, never let that person get the best of you, because we don't need two grumpy pants in this world. Always think of it like that. You need to be someone that is making a difference. Someone, like I said, can respond to that person with an act of kindness. And maybe that person, the way that they're responding is that they're also going through a lot. So we also need to kind of keep that in mind. Not every time someone gives you a dirty answer, you need to respond to them with the same level of energy. It can also mean an opportunity for you to figure out, well, what's going on? Why are you acting a certain way today? What can I do to help you? So we should always be very mindful of people's attitude and the answer that they give you, and try to see that there's probably something more to it. And if there's anything you can do at all, it's very important that we kind of reach out to each other, even if it's not too much on a personal level. But if you just kind of casually want to talk about something, I feel like the world needs more people like that. you can try to reach out to them, and you kind of want to know, well, hey, why did you answer me in such a way, like I was just simply asking you a question, you know. There's some people that naturally that's just their attitude, and there's probably nothing that you can do. But in those cases, like when someone act that way, what I typically tend to do is to kind of know my distance, and I always try to like not, I guess, be in their way. And also, even if I do have to work with them, if I do have to ask them a question, if I have to go back to that store, and I'm not going there because of them, I'm going there because of the product, you know, there's something that I want from that store. If you have to kind of interact with those type of people, it's always important that you keep your peace with you, you keep your peace of mind. Once those two energy come together, it's very important for yours to kind of conquer that, and for yours to always be above. Try to be kind to people even if they don't deserve it. And I'm going to say this again, is try to be kind to people, especially the ones that don't deserve it, because you, in that way, you're keeping a clear conscience, and you don't need to worry about anything at the end of the day, because you did what was right. Always working on yourself to be a better person. So even if you don't like someone, it's very important that whatever you're doing, you're not doing it for them, but you're doing it for you.